Ryobi has just released this guy here, a handheld battery-powered blower that I'm hoping is the answer to all my dreams. Now this thing promises 220 CFM and 140 miles per hour of wind blow, ideal for hard surfaces, garages, patios, and vehicles. Guys, I'm super excited about this, so we're gonna pop this thing open, check out what it comes with, and see if it's going to compare to something like this, a little mini handheld blower that I use all the time. So I'm really excited. Let's go ahead and check this thing out. All right, guys, so this is the complete kit, meaning that this is the one that comes with the battery and everything else. So this thing at $149, you get the unit itself, a 4 amp hour battery, and the charger. If you have charger and batteries already, then you don't need all that. You can just get the bare tool only. That comes in at 99 bucks. So right off the bat, guys, very lightweight. Let's see, I don't know if this comes off. Okay, it does. You got a little cone attachment up here. Ooh, they nailed it. Look at this, guys. If you can see that well, I'm gonna try and show it to you. Flexible tip. So they already, and there's a big thing push in the detailing industry at least, where they're making shorter nozzles for bigger handheld leaf blowers. And they have this rubberized coating. That way, just in case you bang it on the car, you're safe. This one comes with it. Great job, Ryobi. That is fantastic. So then we have an extension tube. We have another extension tube. We have a wide blower attachment. Let's keep going here. And then we have the charger right here and the 4 amp hour 18 volt battery. Now, just because I'm curious, I want to throw the attachments on there just to see how long this actually gets. It is nice little tabs on a little piece here. So you turn it, you got to get it lined up. There we go. Turn it and it locks into place. Super nice. Obviously, we're going to have to remove this nozzle just to see full extension. And guys, one of the things that we're going to be testing on this obviously is the capability of it. Is it going to be able to do what we need it to do, especially in the car detailing industry, but also test it around the house. And then obviously runtime, and then also do a decibel reading as well to see how loud it is. It does state right here 59 decibels, which is very quiet. Now, is that the decibel reading of the motor or the wind coming out? Because the wind is usually what makes the loudest noise, and that's fair regardless of what blower you're using. Getting into tight spots, it can kind of whistle and get louder. So take that for what it is. But man, even on this one, guys, it has a rubberized kind of textured, not as soft as this one, where you can actually fully bend this thing, but this one's still rubberized and textured, so if it hits anything, it's not gonna do as much damage as if it was just a hard piece. So already, I'm absolutely blown away. I'm very excited about this thing and very hopeful, like I said, that this is gonna do the job that I'm hoping it can do. Now, with full extension, obviously we'll be able to reach across the hood. But again, 99.9% of the time, I'm gonna be using it with just this. But let's go ahead and measure this out real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure from, I guess from here, because that's as close as we can get to something, because that's where the battery's gonna sit. So essentially, we'll just measure from the green on. So here we go. 26.5 inches. And that's at full extension. When we take it down, and just do the simple nozzle cone. This is how I'm planning on using it. I'm really using this in my mind. Usually when I dry a car, I like to throw a big drying towel on it, get all the water up quickly, and then take this in to fine tune and get all the water out of the spots that hold all that water where you drive your car away and all the drips come out. For example, like door jambs, and then especially, man, the side mirror caps, those things hold so much water. So yeah, something like this is essential, and having this wider opening compared to some of the other ones that I've used, that is going to increase the CFM, which is the volume of air actually moving, not the speed, but the volume of air. And that's always been a big debate with blowers. What's better, miles per hour or CFM? For me, it is definitely very important to have a good mixture of the two. But from what everyone opts into, they all say CFM is really the more important one because it's how much you're able to move. When you're looking at moving a pile of leaves, higher CFM is more important. So, but again, a good mixture is the best in my opinion, and we're gonna be testing this thing out to see what we can do. And we will get out and actually test this thing, but I just wanted to let you know of a feature that I just noticed. Obviously, you put it in, it's got a trigger to start and stop the thing, right? Then it also has a little locking mechanism right here. And I was thinking, well, is that gonna be better for someone that's kind of used to locking with the right hand or the right side or left side? Well, with this thing, I'm really impressed. They did a great job because you can lock it from the right side. It's locked into place, you can see the trigger, right? Just press it to release, or the other side, where for me, that is my more comfortable side where I can just hit it with my thumb, right? Boom, locked in again. So whatever is more comfortable for you, it works both ways. Now, this thing is a nice hard plastic. It does have some soft textured plastic, kind of grippy stuff right here along the back, as well as on the handle, so you don't have to worry about it slipping out of your hand. It's very, very comfortable in the hand as of right now. Again, I don't have the battery on it, but I'm assuming that'll actually even balance it out even more. So far, guys, I'm super, super excited about this thing, very impressed. Hopefully the performance is there, so we'll go ahead and test that next. All right, guys, so first things first, I've got my car back here. I just washed it, so it's all wet, and I'm going to test this thing out drying it. 2 tests that I want to run, and obviously, again, we will go around the house a little bit. It's hard, it's been raining, so a lot of stuff's going to be wet, but we'll get an idea of what it can do. So I'm going to keep it on the short nozzle for this process. First things first, though, let's test the noise of this thing, the decibel reading of it. Again, it states, where did it say on here? 59 decibels? 59 decibels is what it says here. I don't know. That seems really low to me. So anyways, guys, I've got a little decibel meter on my phone. I'm just gonna hold it. I don't know what distance they actually used, like what the actual test is to see how loud this thing is. But ambient noise. Really jumping around quite a bit, but say about 50. Now this is 9 decibels louder. Now that's exponential, so that is quite a bit louder, but let's just go ahead and see. I'm gonna hold it over here. 90. So I don't know where 59 decibels comes from. Oh, I'm sorry. It says it right on here. Measured at 50 feet. So yeah, probably accurate. Does that matter to me? No. I'm using this thing right here. I want to know how loud it is for me. About 90 decibels. So there you go. Now, the other test I want to do is how long is this thing actually going to run for? For that, my car is here, right? It's all wet. I'm actually going to take you guys in closer so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So here it is. You can see now the car is ceramic coated, so the water will want to come off easier than if it wasn't. But this track into here holds a lot of water. Mirrors obviously, but back here, man, look at this. This stores so much water. It's this little rim around the back window, holds a ton of water, and then also the seam for the back trunk holds a ton of water. The spoiler actually comes up. There's water under there. I probably should have lifted that up, but whatever. So what I'm going to be doing here, guys, is I'm going to actually put on the other nozzle, I guess. Maybe we'll just stick to this one, and then we'll test the other nozzle afterwards. But we'll just stick to this one. I'm going to set a timer on my watch, and here we go. So guys, I have to say, it's doing a much better job than I thought it would, just actually drying all the panels. And if you look at that, again, keep in mind, this car is ceramic coated, so this stuff's gonna come off easier. But man, it is really helping to evacuate all this water very, very quickly. So here's that spot. And I usually have to go around this a few times, at least with my other blowers, because those are just higher miles per hour, not necessarily CFM. So let's see how this one does. All right, guys, we are currently at 7 minutes and 50 seconds right now. I feel like the power might be slowing down a little bit, but the car is all dry. I'm doing good. I mean, I'm still happy with the performance of it, even at this rate, when it kind of feels like it slowed down a little bit. So we're just gonna keep on letting it run until it shuts off. Hey, we're dead. All right, we are at 10 minutes and 38 seconds. I'm very, very impressed. So guys, let's go ahead and walk you around the car again so you can just kind of see the results. You can see no drips. There's a little bit of water there, but that's just really common. Even with my other blowers that I use, I take multiple passes and then I'll start doing something else. I'll have to come and blow those out just because the water kind of will get behind the glass and just sit there. So that's very, very common. But other than that, man, it did I got way more runtime than I thought I was going to get. You can see it's all dry here. I was able to dry the whole car, which shocked me, and it did a phenomenal job for exactly what I wanted it for, getting out the drips. So really, really happy. Okay, so now for test number 2, we've done decibel reading, we've seen performance, at least for detailing cars, which is fantastic. It blew me away, actually. Runtime of over 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes. Crazy. Now, I've got another battery here. This was from another set that I had. So this one's fully charged. Let me go ahead and show you. There you go, fully charged. I'm gonna swap out the nozzle on this to this one. And man, I should have tested that on the car as well. That seems like it would work really, really well also. But anyways, let's, I'm trying to think. Let's go ahead and throw the extension on here, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and just walk around the house and see what kind of work we can get done. I'm gonna film with my phone here. So if the audio gets weird, it's because I got too far from the actual camera and then I'm just on the phone audio. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also gonna bring the regular nozzle with me as well. So first things first, guys, they do state that this is great for the garage. And I have these awesome Vevor tiled floors that they're drainage floors. But a lot of people mention like, hey, is it a pain to clean? And no, not really. You just take a blower to it, it blows anything that falls under it, it blows it out. So we're gonna start with that and take a look. Okay guys, so here's my flooring. You can see I've got, this is just stuff that gets tracked in from when the, it's not bad, right? But there's stuff in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the blower and I know I'm blowing this right into my car, which, we're doing tests here. So obviously for the garage, blowing stuff out of your garage, it works phenomenally well because, like I said, with these flooring tiles, it does take a little bit more to do it than a normal blower would, or if it didn't have these tiles. So check that box for the garage, works fantastic. Now, there's all this stuff, but it's all wet. So and guys, I am shocked again. Is it the fastest? Could I have a more powerful blower? Yes, but could I have one in this tiny of a footprint that's so easy to use? No. I mean, these are, like, you could look, those leaves are all wet, completely saturated, just to wash the car right here, right? And look at this. Let's go ahead and switch the nozzles now and just see if that makes a difference. Okay, we got the other nozzle on. It's interesting. The power seems to be just equally as good. It's just with that other nozzle, maybe it almost seems like it's a little more directed versus this is just a big circle. The other one seems a little more directed for what you may need. So just something to know. I'm going to switch back over to that other nozzle. All right, guys, so we got a pretty good, oh my God, pretty good test here. So this is, let me get this thing out of the way. This was just, we have chickens, and when they're little, you have to keep them separate from everything else. So that was when they were little, now they're in their coop. A lot of leaves, a lot of wet leaves. Let's go ahead and test this thing out. I mean, guys, I'm not trying to actually clean anything up. I'm just trying to show the movement of the leaves as they're wet with this thing. And I'm blown away. Like, I'm really, is it for the big jobs that you have? No, but man, for easy stuff around the house to just grab this, unbelievable. And then also for your car in the garage. It's really incredible. Let me go ahead and go into the backyard. All right, so here we are in the backyard. We got, this is pup number 1. This is Isla. Hi, Isla. And then this is Riley. You guys have seen her on the channel before. Great dogs. But anyways, we've had a lot of rain, so it looks pretty rough back here right now. But just to see something like this little area puddles up, see if the water can be blown out by this thing. All right, we found some limitations. That's really struggling with that. I mean, it's getting the job done. Don't get me wrong, it will get the job done, but it's a struggle for it. So, yeah, that much water weight, it's a problem. But other than that, guys, all this stuff, like I said, man, it's really unbelievable. I love this thing. All right, guys, so there we go. Run time over 10 minutes. Decibels at the nozzle, like when you're working with it, about 90. I didn't wear any ear protection. I recommend you do. My ears, I can feel it. I typically have AirPods in. I don't have them with me right now, so, but typically I would have some sort of protection on my ears, noise canceling headphones, something like that. Functionality around the house blew me away, even with wet leaves, heavy wet leaves. It did a fantastic job on the car. 10 out of 10 for me. It exceeded my expectations. I was thinking it was gonna be great. Just like I said, my normal routine is drying the car with a big drying towel and then going in with something like this to blow out all the tight spots. I was able to do the entire car. Again, small car, right? It's a Porsche Cayman. It's a small car, and it is ceramic coated, so keep that in mind as well. But still, definitely exceeded my expectations. Is it as powerful as a bigger unit? No, but for this, I don't want it to be. I think if it was more powerful, it'd be awkward to hold against your wrist. Oh, one other thing I want to do is check the weight on this thing with the battery and like fully functioning, right? So let me go ahead and grab my scale here. And I'm just gonna throw this on here really quickly. And I'll just let you guys know, I'm not gonna pull the camera over here. So we are in, let's go to pounds and ounces with the battery, with the 4 amp hour battery, 3 pounds, 8.3 ounces. Without the battery, I mean, that doesn't make sense. You wouldn't be using it without the battery. 1 pound, 14.9 ounces. But again, you're always gonna have the battery in. Comes with a 4 amp hour battery. You could obviously use a smaller one, I guess. I don't know why you would want to. For me, it's still light enough. It does a phenomenal job. So big win for me here, guys. I saw this. This is in store from Ryobi. Go get one. This is my new favorite blowing tool for my detailing business. A nice handheld piece that I'm able to just go around, keep it really small, tight, concise, doesn't take up a lot of space. Big win. So that's it for today's video, guys. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and we will see you on the next one.